It was an awesome event for us. If you didn't catch it, this is going to be the full event recap. I'm going to watch it, the video here on my iPad so I can kind of narrate and tell you exactly what happened. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, going into practice, St. Louis is a technical track. It's got 4 different zones. So, figure one out, focus on the next one. Figure that out, focus on the next one. And then finally, you put it all together. So, we got about 12 practice laps during all of practice, which was great. It was just the right amount of laps that we needed. We got the car down in just right. The car was great. It had no mechanical issues all weekend, which was amazing. Definitely awesome. Team vibes were great. Communication was awesome. Each round we're growing together as a team, and it feels really good. Going into qualifying, there was a lot of incompletes. So our goal, and I shifted to where instead of trying to run that 100-point qualifying run, just lay down a drift, a constant drift throughout the track. If you can get a scoreable qualifying run, I'm gonna be seated well, and that's exactly what happened. I was happy with the outcome. We met our goals. We qualified the first time, and we were able to go right in the competition.
And Lichliter will get a score of 57.
Awesome.
So
going into competition, top 32, we go against Rudy Hansen. We had similar qualifying scores, so I thought it was going to be a really exciting battle. Now, I know he had some mechanical issues all weekend. Fortunately, during competition, those mechanical issues came back to haunt him. You can see here, there's this fire, and at first I was like, wait a second, was that his car caught on fire? Was it my car caught on fire? I was a little unsure at first, but we did find out that he had blown up a motor. Our car was safe, just some light aesthetic damage to the bumper and headlight, no big deal. So that was our first win in Formula Drift, so we move on to the top 16. Not how we wanted it, but we'll take it. Going in the top 16, we're going against Ryan O'Connor. He's a good friend of mine here at FD. We seem to always be pitted next to each other at every round, and just over the years we've become good friends here at Formula Drift. So we were really excited to go in our top 16 battle against each other. He was also the number 2 qualifier, so he actually had a bye run. He didn't have to do a top 32 battle. So this is actually his first battle competition for the weekend. And I don't know if that actually helped or hurt him, because you can see here as to go into outer zone 2, he's going to start to over-rotate, and I shut it down to prevent colliding into him. Luckily, the judges could tell that that is something I had to do, and they gave him an incomplete on his lead run. So the win was practically in my fingertips. I could taste it. I was like, oh my gosh, I just have to lay down a driftable run. It doesn't have to even be great. As long as I just drift the whole course, I'll advance onto the grade A. I was tickled pink. Unfortunately, I just dirt dropped, which you just saw, and that dirt drop is going to come back and haunt me as I transition into outer zone 4. I can't see at all, and since I couldn't see, I just decided to transition early, hoping that I would come out on the other side where I wanted to be. I was not, so I also got an incomplete, which forced the judges to do a one more time. Going into the one more time battle, we were both out for blood now. We both knew it was time to man up and do it, and Rye just kills it. I mean, he's filling the zones, he's making all the smoke, he's transitioning well, the car is great. I mean, he is sending it 100%. And I think that got into him a little too much, because he ends up sending it right into the wall, and he damages a lot of suspension components in the right rear, which actually knocks him out of competition. He tried to fix it in a 5-minute timeout. I had my teammates try to come over and help him, but it just wasn't enough. So we move on to the grade 8, where we go against Evan Bokovic. Super stoked. Second win in Formula Drift. This is awesome. Time to turn it up, get that proximity better, fill those zones more completely, and give it all she's got. The next thing is potentially the Final 4. Evan is a great driver. It was great to drive with him. I just followed his line. It was very clean. I was happy to follow it and drive it, and yeah, it was a good battle for sure. Some in-car footage. So then now it's my turn to lead, and I was feeling the vibes, man. I put it in the zones very well. Outer zone 2 can be a little tricky part of the track, and I filled outer zone 2 really, really well. And yeah, man, it was a good battle. But at the end of the day, I didn't fill outer zone 4 as well as Evan did. So you're gonna see here that Evan's gonna move forward win. And that's fine. Listen, we made it to the grade 8. 2 wins back to back in the same round. That was awesome. And they were nice, it was clean, no mechanicals. It was a good battle. So I'm really excited to take this momentum forward into Utah. The team's great, the car is great. We're not making any mechanical changes to the car. So it's going to be an awesome season closer. No one's ever been to Utah. No one knows how it's going to go down. It's just going to be crazy. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'll do another event recap about Utah, and I'll see you then.